Should I? Hello, everyone. It's very good to be here today with all of you on this Unacademy Summit, which is organized by Unacademy in association with the Hindu. So, welcome all to this summit. And I'm Soumya Pandey, an IAS officer of 2017 batch belonging to the Uttar Pradesh cadre. Currently, I'm posted as SDM in Ghaziabad district of UP, and I'm discharging my duties as Joint Magistrate in Modi Nagar Tehsil. So, first of all, welcome to this summit, and it's great to be with all of you here. Today, I want to speak with all of you on the topic of the power of grit for success in civil services examination. And as we know, the most important thing while we start preparing for civil services examination is we need to know the reason that why do we want to come into civil services. हमें पता होना चाहिए that why we want to enter into this services, why we want to become an IAS officer, what are the duties of an IAS officer. So we need to be clear with that motivation. And that is what will help you sail through the preparation journey. That is what actually drives everyone through the long preparation journey. Because as we all know, civil services preparation is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a few days event. It's a very long time which you have to invest, and therefore you should be clear about why you need to come into the services for and need to have the required motivation. So I'll structure my half an hour talk in such a way that first we'll talk about the importance of motivation and the power of grit, and then we will go on to discuss about the technicalities on how I prepared my optional subject geography and how I prepared my GS. And I believe I'm addressing a mixed audience. Some of you might be preparing and giving the exam this year, and some of you might be preparing for next year. So I'll keep my talk generalized. Just a word of caution before starting. You will hear toppers talks throughout this 3-day summit of Unacademy, but keep one thing in mind that keep your originality and uniqueness with yourself, because every topper, every aspirant will have their own unique way of studying, but it's your USP, your uniqueness, which will differentiate you from the rest of the crowd. So जिससे भी जो भी अच्छा लग रहा है हर टॉपर से, हर स्पीकर से, वो आप ले लीजिए, ग्रहण कर लीजिए, बट अपनी ओरिजिनलिटी मत खोइए. सबके गोल्डन पॉइंट्स लेके अपना एक एक्स फैक्टर जरूर रखिए. So we'll start. So what is my topic is the power of grit. Now, what is grit? हम लोग बहुत सुनते हैं focus, dedication, motivation, but grit क्या है? Grit is actually courage and resolve to do something. And I believe it is only the power of grit that transformed me from an aspirant to an IAS officer that I am today. Because जब तक आपके अंदर वो resolve नहीं होगा, तब तक आप वो इतनी मेहनत नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसके लिए एक छोटी सी स्टोरी मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट बी नोइंग अबाउट एरिस्टोटल. तो एरिस्टोटल से उनके प्यूपिल ने एक बार पूछा कि व्हाट इज ग्रिट, गुरुजी ग्रिट क्या होता है. तो एरिस्टोटल ने बोला कि कल तुम ऐसा करना, नदी के किनारे आना और मैं बताऊंगा वहां तुम्हें कि ग्रिट क्या होता है. तो वो नदी के किनारे आया प्यूपिल, और एरिस्टोटल उसे लेकर गए नदी में, उसको डुबा दिया. डुबाते गए डुबाते गए डुबाते गए जब तक उसका सर एकदम पानी के नीचे नहीं चला गया और उसकी बॉडी एकदम नीली नहीं पड़ने लगी. और फिर वो एकदम ऑक्सीजन की कमी की वजह से बाहर निकला. और and okay, some of you are requesting me to talk in English, so I'll use English for the benefit of the crowd. So then the pupil came out, and then he asked Aristotle that, teacher, why did you drown me in the water? So that's when Aristotle answered him that this is what is grit. When you were inside water, the only thing that you wanted was oxygen and nothing else. You could think of nothing else but life and oxygen. So when you single-mindedly focus on one thing and give your 110% into that, that is what is called grit. And that is what is required in civil services examination. Single-minded focus on your goal, that yes, I have to crack this examination in whatever time, whatever energy, whatever it takes. I will do it, and I will crack the examination. So because I had used a FAT formula during my preparation, and I'll tell you what this FAT formula means. So FAT, there are 3 letters, FAT. F stands for focus, A stands for attitude, and T stands for thought. All of us know that we require focus for qualifying this examination. Focus is the most important thing. And we've heard umpteen number of times that you should focus to achieve something great in life. But what actually is focus, we sometimes fail to understand. So as you can see in the slide, I have tried to expand focus, and each letter stands for something. So it's actually follow one course until you are successful. You have to follow that one course on which you have to work until you achieve your success. And all of us know that we need to be focused for qualifying this examination, but sometimes we lose focus. So the question is, why are we not able to focus? हम focus क्यों नहीं कर पाते हैं? तो इसके लिए again, there is one analogy that I would like to give. In the market, you see tobacco and smoking products and cigarettes that are being sold. All there is a big warning written on them that it causes cancer, it is injurious to health. Still, we see a lot of people taking tobacco and smoking. They understand that it is causing danger to their life, but still they consume it on a daily basis. Why? Because they are not able to see the immediate impact of tobacco or smoking on their health. तो जब हमें किसी चीज का इमीडिएट इम्पैक्ट नहीं दिखता तो हम उसको बहुत सीरियसली नहीं लेते, उस पर फोकस नहीं करते हैं. अगर ऐसा होता बाय चांस, अगर कुछ ऐसा सिस्टम मैकेनिज्म, इफ देयर वुड हैव बीन अ मैकेनिज्म दैट वुड हैव बीन डेवलप्ड कि जैसे ही किसी ने टोबैको लिया या स्मोक किया या सिगरेट स्मोक किया तो एक रेड बैंड का मैसेज आपके रिस्ट पे आ जाता जिस पे लिखा होता कि यू जस्ट रिड्यूस्ड योर लाइफ बाय 5 सेकेंड्स. और इस तरह एवरी टाइम यू स्मोक एंड एवरी टाइम यू टेक टोबैको, this messages kept on popping ki you've reduced your life by 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Then that alarm bell would have rung in your mind ki what am I doing with my life? Similarly, during preparation of our civil services, it is a long preparation time, as I said. So aisa kai baar hoga when we unintentionally waste our time. We stand somewhere, we talk to friends, we chat for long, we waste times in wasteful things and which are not really relevant. But at that particular moment of time, we don't realize what are we doing. क्योंकि हमें इंस्टेंट कोई नहीं रिजल्ट दिखा रहा है, बट बाद में चल के व्हेन वी आर सिटिंग फॉर प्रीलिम्स और वी आर सिटिंग फॉर मेंस, तब वी रियलाइज कि वी वेस्टेड सो मच ऑफ टाइम ड्यूरिंग अ प्रिपरेशन टाइम. उसी टाइम अगर कोई हमें बता दे कि तुमने प्रीलिम्स के, अगर तुमने ये टाइम वेस्ट किया तो प्रीलिम्स के तुम्हारे 5 क्वेश्चंस गए या मेंस के तुम्हारे 10 क्वेश्चंस गए, देन वी विल नॉट वेस्ट टाइम एंड वी विल बी अलर्ट and we will be focused कि नहीं, I have to utilize each and every second of my preparation journey for enrichment of my knowledge. So the F focus is that we need to focus and we need to understand that why we can't afford to be unfocused. Secondly, there's also one important thing in focus is that we need to avoid negative influence. There are a lot of people around us, so we need to choose our advisors, our friend circle very, very carefully. कई बार हम बहुत मोटिवेटेड रहते हैं बट किसी ने कुछ कह दिया प्रिपरेशन टाइम पे और हम डीमोटिवेटेड हो गए. हमने बहुत अच्छे से हिस्ट्री आर्ट एंड कल्चर तैयार किया है, किसी ने आके बोल दिया अरे ये तो एग्जाम में आएगा ही नहीं, प्रीलिम्स में आर्ट एंड कल्चर नहीं पूछा जाता, अब तो ये पूछा जाता है. एंड देन वी गेट डीमोटिवेटेड कि हमारी सारा टाइम, हमारा सारा मेहनत वेस्ट हो गया. So that's why we need to avoid negative influence. Again, a small story on that is a tiny frog story. इसमें क्या होता है कि there was a competition between big frogs and small frogs. And छोटे frogs ने कहा कि हम एक रेस करेंगे. And जो big frogs थे, जो usually bully करते रहते थे हमेशा छोटे tiny frogs को, उन्होंने कहा कि हम भी देखते हैं कैसे रेस करेंगे लोग और कैसे जीतते हैं. So the race started and the big frog started bullying that you people can't do it, you people are tiny, you people are weak, you are very kamzor और तुम लोग नहीं कर सकते हो. And all the small frogs got demotivated and dropped out of the race. But there was this one tiny frog who went till the end and won the race. And then later on, the big frogs asked that how could he win the race when we were bullying him, demotivating him, sending him negative influence. And then it came out that tiny frog who won the race was actually deaf. वो बहरा था, वो सुन नहीं सकता था. तो क्योंकि वो सुन नहीं सकता था नेगेटिव बातें, वो अपना काम करता गया और एंड में अपने गोल तक पहुंच गया. So sometimes in life and especially during preparation of civil services, we have to be deaf to people who give us negative influence, who tell us that your strategy is not right, you are not doing right, you will not be able to qualify. 5 attempt हो गए, 2 attempt हो गए, तुम्हारा ऑप्शनल सही नहीं है. अगर हमें पता है कि हमने सही ऑप्शन लिया है, हम सही डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, तो नेगेटिव इन्फ्लुएंस से दूर रहना पड़ेगा, तभी हम आगे बढ़ पाएंगे. And the third and the most important thing which every topper, everyone who's qualified this exam will tell you is motivation. Motivation बहुत important है एग्जाम के लिए. And how to keep yourself motivated will be your own unique way. Matlab, for example, I myself used to watch a lot of inspirational YouTube videos to keep myself motivated. You can do yoga and exercises to keep yourself motivated. तो इसमें आप हमेशा you need to visualize that what your competitors are doing. ऐसा नहीं है इस एग्जाम में सिर्फ आप बैठ रहे हैं. There are lakhs and lakhs of aspirants. आपके अपने पीजी में, अपने हॉस्टल में there will be so many people. अपनी कोचिंग में there will be so many people. आपके सिटी में, आपकी स्टेट में, पूरे इंडिया में there will be so many lakhs of aspirants who are preparing. So all of you might have heard a story of the great boxer. इस स्टोरी में ये बताया गया था कि एक बॉक्सर था, उसे चैलेंज दिया गया था, एक हैवी वेट बॉक्सर था, उसे चैलेंज दिया गया था दैट यू हैव टू विन अगेंस्ट योर ओपोनेंट. उसने क्या स्ट्रैटेजी अपनाई कि जब भी ही यूज्ड टू प्रैक्टिस, ही यूज्ड टू विजुअलाइज दैट राइट नाउ आई एम प्रैक्टिसिंग व्हाट माय ओपोनेंट वुड बी डूइंग, एंड देन उसको लगता था माय ओपोनेंट वुड बी प्रैक्टिसिंग, तो अभी मैं थकूं नहीं, मैं प्रैक्टिस करता रहूं. एंड देन आफ्टर फ्यू आवर्स अगेन यूज्ड टू थिंक कि अब क्या कर रहा होगा मेरा ओपोनेंट, एंड देन उसे लगता होगा अब तो वो शार ले रहा होगा, अब रेस्ट कर रहा होगा, तो अब मैं शार ना लूं, मैं रेस्ट ना करूं, मैं और बॉक्सिंग की प्रैक्टिस करूं, क्योंकि अब वो टाइम है जब मुझे उसके ऊपर एज मिलेगा. सो दिस इज what is important that we can learn. Again, all of you are requesting me to use English, so some of you are requesting to use Hindi. I'll try to keep it bilingual so that it helps all. So this is what we can learn from this story, is that whenever we are studying for UPSC prelims, mains, or any or interview, we need to think that what our opponents and what our competitors and fellow aspirants would be doing. And that is what will give us motivation, that if we have to move ahead, because it is a race, if we have to move ahead of the other people in this competition, we need to give that extra edge. Even when others are resting, we should not rest, otherwise we'll rust, and we should keep on practicing and practicing and working hard. And this is what will give you motivation. Now, this was the F part of the FACT formula that I was discussing. We come to the A part, that is your attitude. And one of the greatest professors of all times, a Harvard University professor, James Allen, he had once said that only human beings can alter their lives by changing their attitude. So your attitude is very, very important in this exam. You always need to have a positive attitude while preparing. Sometimes what happens that we are studying continuously, we are reading newspapers, we are doing a lot of mock papers on Unacademy and other websites, but we think that no, we will not be able to qualify. ऐसे थोड़ी हो जाता है, सिर्फ इतना पढ़ने से थोड़ी एग्जाम निकल जाता है. हमारी कोचिंग के रैंक्स में तो, कोचिंग के टेस्ट में तो रैंक बहुत नीचे आई है, हम नहीं निकाल पाएंगे. We are doing it, but still we believe that we can't do it. So this is not the way. We need to have a positive attitude always while preparing for the exam, because half the problem is solved when we have a positive attitude. When we have the belief that what we are doing is right, what our strategy is we are following is right, then our confidence will increase, and when our confidence increases, a lot of problems will automatically be solved. We should take this preparation not as a burden, but as a delight. Like Steve Jobs has once said that you should learn to love the things that you have to do. We have to study, we have to prepare sincerely, and hence we should convert this duty into a delight so that it does not become a burden for us. That's why it's very important that you have a positive attitude throughout the preparation journey. And then T, the last word of FACT, is thought. Everything in life depends on the quality of your thoughts. The more positive they are, the better it is. Again, James Allen, he once said that our mind is like a garden. It's your choice to put flowers in it or to put weeds in it. There will be flowers, meaning positive thoughts, and there will be weeds, meaning negative thoughts. Now, you as a gardener of this garden need to take out the weeds, take out the negative thoughts, and only let the positive thoughts cultivate. And like it is said that, you sow a thought, you reap an action. The way you think, the way you perform and act. Sow an action, reap an habit. If you repeat an action again, it becomes a habit. If you study daily for a few hours, if you read newspaper daily, if you practice mocks daily, it'll become your habit. And sow a habit, reap your destiny. If this becomes your habit and you start thinking in the way UPSC wants you to think, it will, of course, reap your destiny, and you can actually become a civil servant and an IAS officer, which you have been dreaming for, and we all dream for. So it's important to have positive thoughts, positive action, and positive habits to convert our dreams into reality. So this was about the power of grit for qualifying civil services examination. Now I would like to start with my preparation journey. and how I prepared, and some key general pointers which I think would help all of you to prepare for this examination. Again, this was my personal strategy and how I did it. Of course, it will be different for all of you, and all of you are correct in the way you approach this exam. If you find anything useful from this talk, I would be really, really happy, and if this could help you in any way. So I was a BTech. I was doing my electrical engineering, and from first year of my BTech, I started preparing for this exam because I had in mind that I have to go for civil services from first year itself. So I did not have much guidance from seniors and all. So internet was one thing which I made my best friend. And from internet and talking to some seniors, I got to know that there are 3 to 4 sine qua non mandatory things which we have to keep on our study table while preparing for this examination. So the first and the most important thing is the syllabus of UPSC. Union Public Service Commission gives you a detailed syllabus for prelims, mains, and interview. And therefore, you need to read each and every line of the syllabus. What you can do is you can keep a hard copy of the syllabus on your study table. And every morning or every day, you can read the syllabus line by line to the extent that you even memorize the syllabus. Because each word in the syllabus is very, very, very important. Again, some of you are requesting me to talk in Hindi. So आपको syllabus रखना बहुत जरूरी है अपनी टेबल पे, और syllabus का एक एक वर्ड समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एक बार आप syllabus समझ लेंगे तभी आप प्रिपेयर कर पाएंगे अच्छे से. दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स. प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स का एक बुक बैंक रखने से व्हाट विल हैपन, अगेन इंग्लिश हिंदी थिंग इज हैपनिंग, सो आई विल ट्राई टू कीप इट बोथ सो दैट दोनों लोगों के लिए हेल्पफुल हो. Second is the previous year question papers. Previous year question papers are very important because they give you a direction into which UPSC may be asking you questions. When you prepare without the previous year question papers, you actually don't know what kind of questions will be asked. But when you have a question paper, पिछले 20 साल के 20 years के question paper with you handy, and you keep on just reading them, even if you don't practice them, just start reading them so that whenever you are reading any book, any NCERT, any newspaper, you know in which direction UPSC could ask questions. You know the dimensions of the questions. And the third and the most important thing is newspaper and current affairs magazine. Nowadays, UPSC from the last few years have been heavily been dependent on the current affairs questions. So current affairs, the best source for current affairs is newspaper, TV discussion debates, and a good current affairs monthly magazine. And you have to really cultivate the habit of reading newspaper daily, even if you don't understand. Like when I used to start reading the Hindu, I did not understand much because of the technical things involved, but I still used to read it because newspaper reading has to be a habit in your day-to-day life and it's very, very important. And there will be a lot of questions. 60 to 70% of the paper will be from the newspaper. I used to read the Hindu and Indian Express editorial portion and explained portion. You can read any good newspaper you want, but the Hindu extensively covers a lot of things, and many aspirants follow the Hindu, especially the editorial page. And personally, I did not make any notes from the newspaper because initially I started making notes. It took a lot of time. It wasted a lot of time. So I dropped that idea. What I used to do is I used to read the newspaper. Am I audible? Because some of you are saying that I am not audible. I'll just check with the technical team if I am audible. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm audible, right? So I was talking about newspaper and notes making. I per se did not make notes. That was my personal choice. I tried making notes for a few months, but it did not help me much. So what I did is I read the newspaper in the morning, underlined whatever I felt was important. And in the evening, from any good website, I followed Insights on India and Unacademy. You read or watch a video of the newspaper summary and practice 10 to 12 MCQs from that day newspaper. So that will be there embedded in your mind. You need not memorize each and every fact that comes in the newspaper. It will be there in your mind, in your subconscious memory. And when that question appears in your mock tests, in your actual prelims paper in UPSC, you will be able to crack it. For me, notes making was not a thing that I was expert into. And as I read the newspaper, revised it from the online websites and practiced some MCQs daily. So this was my way of reading newspaper. Similarly, for current affairs magazine, I had followed the current affairs magazine of Vision and Drishti. So in that, they comprehensively cover each month's current affairs questions and current affairs topics, topic wise and paper wise. So I used to read current affairs magazine. I used to underline and highlight whatever I felt was important, and in the end I used to revise it. So you can, if you have to prepare current affairs for 1 year or 1.5 years if you're preparing for civil services prelims. So एक साल पहले की मैगजीन आप पढ़ के रख सकते हो, 12 मैगजीन्स आपके पास रखी रहेंगी, and you can revise it time and again जब भी बीच में. So that जो बहुत important issues हैं that are embedded in your mind. So these are the 3 most important things which I felt was a part of my preparation journey. एक चीज और है सिविल सर्विसेज में क्वियर प्रिपरेशन में कि देयर आर सो मेनी सोर्सेज, सो मेनी एडवाइजर्स, सो मेनी पीपल टू गाइड यू, सो मेनी कोचिंग, सो मेनी मटेरियल दैट यू गेट कंफ्यूज्ड ऑन व्हाट टू रीड एंड व्हाट नॉट टू रीड. सो द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट यू शुड नो व्हाट टू लीव rather than what to read. You have to leave a lot of things and you have to really be focused. जैसे मैंने शुरू में कहा था, single minded focus on what to focus on. Keep your book list limited. Keep on revising them again and again, but keep it limited. Otherwise, I did this mistake of having a lot of buying a lot of books, lot of magazines, and most of them were untouched till the exam. And then I realized that it is only a few things that we need. The only thing we need is revision and current affairs. So these are the 3 things which I felt were most important in my preparation journey. Now, another issue that arises is, should we prepare for prelims separately, mains separately, or should we follow an integrated approach? So I followed an integrated approach for prelims and mains. This was my personal strategy again. So if you start preparing for UPSC 1 year before, like if you to give an exam in 2021 and you start preparing now, I think an integrated approach helps because dedicated preparation for prelims would be helpful a few months before prelims. So what can be a strategy for integrated approach? Integrated approach की ये strategy हो सकती है. Again, some people are saying I'm not audible. If some of you can tell me I'm audible or not. Okay, the audio is fine. Okay, thank you. I was talking about an integrated approach for pre and mains. So आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं, मैंने जो किया था मैं अपनी strategy share कर सकती हूँ कि pre और mains का syllabus निकाल लीजिए और उसमें जो common topics हैं between pre and mains, you can club them and you can start with those topics. So that in that way you're preparing for both pre and mains, and there are many topics: history, geography, economy, disaster management, art and culture, ancient medieval history. So these are the topics which are common for both pre and mains. You can start preparing those topics first, and then you can prepare only main selective topic like your optional and ethics integrity. And then a few months before prelims, like if your prelims is in, let's say, August, from April or May, you can start preparing only for prelims, and those topics, factual things which like wildlife parks and sanctuaries and art and culture ka before prelims, so that वो facts आपको याद रहें. If you have read the facts 1 year before, it's really difficult to recall them on the day of the exam. But if you've read some facts before the exam, few months before, it's easier to recall. So this was my strategy: clubbing the topics and then preparing for mains and then preparing for prelims. And in this way, I have completed the syllabus. Again, choosing the optional wisely. We'll talk about optional later. And again, like I said earlier, have a selective book list. मेरी book list I'll share with all of you, my GS book list and my optional. My optional was geography book list. I'll share with you the detailed book list for pre and mains in the later slides. So I'll talk about mains first because mains is the most important, the most scoring part in UPSC, and the part that will make or break your rank, because prelims is only qualifying, as all of you know. First of all, mains ka syllabus, just memorize it by heart, because it's very important that you know each and every word of each and every paper in the syllabus. You agar koi soke bhi utha ke aapko puche that what is the syllabus of GS paper 3, you need to tell ki haan ye hai, economy hai, disaster management hai, science and technology, internal security hai. So itna अच्छे से you need to actually know the syllabus. And syllabus का आप mind maps भी बना सकते हैं. एक website पे आपको mind maps भी online मुझे मिल गए थे. तो सिलेबस के माइंड मैप्स, मतलब फ्लो चार्ट के फॉर्म में कैसे कैसे ब्रेकअप होता है सिलेबस का. एंड देन फॉर ईच टॉपिक इन ईच पेपर आई हैड फॉलोड अ सिलेक्टिव बुक लिस्ट. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है एनसीईआरटीज. all of the toppers and all of the people who've qualified will tell you that NCERTs are the rock stone, the foundation of preparation in civil services. Hence, NCERTs class 6 से 10 tak for all subjects have to be necessarily read twice before you appear for the exam. NCERTs are very simple, lucid, easy to understand, and hence you can easily go through them. एंड 2 रीडिंग तो एकदम शुरू कर दीजिए, चाहे आप ग्रेजुएशन के किसी भी ईयर में हो, 2 रीडिंग्स तो मिनिमम होनी चाहिए, एंड देन थर्ड एंड फोर्थ रीडिंग डिपेंडिंग अपॉन विच टॉपिक्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. So I'll tell the detailed thing for each paper if you people are interested. Someone is asking even science, new or old NCERT. I read the new NCERTs. Old NCERTs मैंने बहुत selective पढ़ी थी, only for history and for geography. Geography being my optional. Otherwise, I read new NCERT. And someone asked me कि NCERTs में notes बनाने चाहिए या नहीं. I did not make notes. मैं underline करके पढ़ती थी. I used to underline and पीछे के जो questions हैं वो मैं लिखने की कोशिश करती थी because it used to give me an idea on how to frame answers. So, for example, if I start with GS paper 1, उसमें primarily you have modern India, modern history, and social issues and women-centric issues and geographical distribution of resources. So, for each topic, read NCERTs 2 or 3 times. Have an advanced book if you require. For example, for modern India, I had followed Bipin Chandra, India's Struggle for Independence. For art and culture, I had followed a book by Nitin Singhania. Again, book ka follow karna, advanced book is not your, it's like a reference book. It's not a textbook. उसको line by line या cover to cover पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. Only topics which you think are important. अब वो कैसे पता चलेगा क्या important है? From previous year question papers. सिर्फ आप वो topics advanced book से पढ़िए ताकि आपका time बचे और आप focused रह पाएं. So, like I said, Nitin Singhania, Bipin Chandra, and social issues के लिए I had read sociology की books by NCERT. Again, 11th, 12th NCERT sociology books, and geographical distribution of resources में I had, because geography was my optional, तो वो वहाँ से cover हो गया था. Again, GS paper 2. Now, GS paper 1 being a lot of static, GS paper 2 is more current affairs oriented. So try to focus on governance and constitutional issues from the newspaper. And basic book अपनी आप रखिए NCERT, and you can also follow some constitution book by D.D. Basu if you need to. I did not read it. I read NCERT and I followed the Hindu for paper 2 governance part and constitution part. Paper 2 में एक और topic होता है international relations. Nowadays international relations becomes even more important because of the China issue and the LAC issue. So again, this is a very probable question this year examination. So international relations mein you will get everything from a current affairs magazine or a newspaper or a coaching if you are following. I did not follow any specific book for IR. I had only, for example, India China ab important ho gaya. So what I did, I read the background from internet, India China relations pe, and I followed the current affairs and analysis that is going on currently between India China face off from the newspaper, from TV discussions like Raj Sabha TV with Big Picture, and there are a lot of programs on RSTV, LSTV, and DD News which you can follow, जिससे आप points gather कर सकते हैं for your paper 2. And paper 2 के लिए ये मैंने बता दिया. GS paper 3 is the most long and the most exhaustive part of the entire GS series because it has economy, it has science and technology, it has disaster management, internal security, environment and ecology. So for each of these 4-5 topics, I had followed a different book. For example, for science and technology, I had followed NCERTs till class 10th, and 11th, 12th ki I did not read chemistry, physics, because biology, because they do not ask you technical questions about science from 11th and 12th. What you need to know is the application of technology in day-to-day life. For example, application of biotechnology in your day-to-day life. For example, COVID is going on, corona pandemic. So you need to know how biotechnology can help in that, how CRISPR technology can help in that, how maybe Ayush and Ayurveda can help in fighting corona, what is India's inherent strength in fighting corona, etc. So application of technology for helping humankind is what you need to focus on in science and technology. And this you can refer to the Hindu. I followed the Hindu for this, and Hindu makes special edition aata tha my time pe on every Thursday. I think now it comes on every Sunday, a science and tech page. You can read that thoroughly and you can practice questions online from various websites. For environment and ecology, I had followed a book by Shankar IS. And I had followed the current affairs again, and environment की special reports आती रहती हैं by Government of India, by Ministry of Environment and Forestry and Climate Change. So you keep on following the government publications. They are a very important source. And for factual part, you can of course refer to a textbook. Environment and ecology के there's also this class 12th NCERT biology जिसमें ecology के कुछ chapters हैं, food chain, food web का. Also refer to that. That is also helpful. I had followed that. And then economy is one part which I found the toughest because I had no background of economics. So economics के लिए I had read NCERTs very very thoroughly, and NCERTs helped me a lot. Indian economy की एक NCERT class 11th की, and macroeconomics class 12th. I had read these two books, and apart from that, economic survey and budget, the two most important sources of the government of India for economy. Economic survey is very very important. उसके summary आप पढ़िए, उसको उसके chapters पढ़िए, budget के key points and analysis खुद बनाइए. That will help you in economy. अगर आपको कुछ concepts में दिक्कत आ रही है, you can follow any book. I had followed Ramesh Sinha की book, and उसमें जो भी concepts मुझे नहीं समझ आते थे, I followed that. Again, and then internal security, I refer to the newspapers. Internal security, mein, there are many issues: Naxalism, Northeast problems, Jammu Kashmir, Article 370, etc. So, iske liye, if you keep on following current affairs, it will be more or less covered from that. Alag se, I do not refer to a book. And then GS paper 4 is ethics, integrity, aptitude. You need to know each and every term in this. I do not give much time to ethics, integrity, aptitude. Yet I had scored decent in this because what I did is कि मैंने 2013 onwards question papers solve किए थे, case studies solve की थी, and एक अपना तकिया कलाम, एक अपना की बना के रखा था ethics, integrity and aptitude का, कि in every answer I will try to be as balanced as possible, as constitutionally correct as possible, and I will try to reflect the thinking of welfare of the masses, maximum good for maximum number of people. तो ये दो चार pointers अपने दिमाग में for every case study, for every answer, if you write, and you've been reading so much throughout the preparation journey कि ethics के हर answer में ethically correct, आपका हर moral dilemma में ethically correct angle आ ही जाता है. So this was what I followed for the GS papers. Again, I would say keep your book list very very limited. Practice answer writing daily from a good website. You know, Unacademy gives you questions daily. Insights gives you questions daily. Follow उससे रोज 3-4-5 questions लिखने की कोशिश करिए. Try to match it with the model answers that is given in the point. Try to focus on the key points and keep a structured and balanced answer. For example, introduction, body, conclusion, and हर में मतलब मैंने हर का because 200 words में आपको आंसर लिखना होता है, इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी, कंक्लूजन आप लिख के उसको कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैंने ये कोशिश की थी कि हर आंसर में I keep an introduction जिसमें मैं एक बैकग्राउंड दे दूं, बॉडी में जिसमें मैं पॉइंट वाइज पॉजिटिव्स एंड नेगेटिव्स लिख दूं, एंड हर क्वेश्चन जो यूपीएससी का होता है उसमें एक टेल क्वेश्चन होता है, लाइक क्रिटिकली कमेंट, क्रिटिकली एनालाइज, इल्यूसिडेट, इवैल्यूएट. तो वो की टर्म्स की मीनिंग्स जान लीजिए फ्रॉम इंटरनेट, एक पेज में दिया हुआ है कई मीनिंग्स, एंड उसके हिसाब से इफ इट इज क्रिटिकली एनालाइज, सो एनालाइज बोथ द पॉजिटिव एंड द नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स, एंड देन इन द कंक्लूजन ट्राई टू गिव अ पॉजिटिव looking conclusion in which you try to suggest solutions for any problem. For example, COVID या corona पे ही कोई question आता है, so try to give solutions which you think are feasible for India at this point of time for fighting this pandemic throughout the country, and always try to assist your diagram with some flow chart, with some graphs, with some diagrams, with some maps if possible. So that will beautify your answer and differentiate your answer from the rest of the crowd. This was my general tips for mains. Then comes essay. Essay is very very important, and scoring good in essay will actually make your rank jump to a lot of extent. And for essay, after prelims and before mains, I used to practice 2 essays every weekend. So again, topics कैसे पता चलेंगे? इंटरनेट पे बहुत वेबसाइट्स पे टॉपिक्स आते हैं, टॉपिक्स वहां से पता चल जाएंगे. essay में I just need to tell all of you 3 things which I followed. Number 1, choose your topic very very carefully. There will be options given to you. There will be 2 essays, 4 options each, which you have to write in a time of 3 hours, and the word limit is 1000 to 1200 words. Choose your topic very carefully. Play on your strengths. If you are good in factual part, choose the factually tilted topic. If you are good in expressing, choose the topic which is more tilted towards expression. So choose your topic carefully. Play on your strengths here. Make a rough draft before writing so that you do not miss any dimension. Cover each and every dimension possible. In the rough page that the UPSC gives you in the end, write about, someone is asking about ARC. Yes, Administrative Reforms Commission is one thing that I followed in ethics. I'm sorry, I missed it. Ethics and governance, ARC ki report. I read the summary for governance in that. So I was talking about essay, choose your topic carefully. Number 2 is make a rough draft in which you try to cover each and every point: historical, economical, geographical, social, ethical, ecological, each and every dimension that is possible. And number 3 is make your essay connected. Each paragraph should be connected to the next paragraph. बहुत haphazard या broken नहीं लगना चाहिए. Try using quotations in the beginning and end wherever possible. And the more you practice essay, the better you will get in this essay writing thing. Compulsory papers, don't miss compulsory papers. पहले compulsory papers की checking होती है. If you qualify that, then only your mains papers will be checked. Sometimes we tend to take it very lightly. One paper is of English, one paper is of your regional language, Hindi or any other regional language. Because we are not in touch with our regional language in Hindi or whatever, so हम कई बार उसको lightly ले लेते हैं, and that can pay us heavily. We can pay heavily for that. So try to practice your regional language well. For example, I'll tell about Hindi. I started reading one Hindi newspaper 1 month before my mains exam, so that the निबंध मैं अच्छे से लिख पाऊँ, ग्रामर अच्छे से लिख पाऊँ, और उसमें जो भी टॉपिक्स हैं प्रीवियस ईयर के क्वेश्चन पेपर्स प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए. The way you practice previous year question papers, your regional papers would be covered, but don't ignore it. That's what I want to say. And then finally, choosing the optional. Choosing the optional again is very, very important, because optional के 2 पेपर होते हैं. अब तो एक ही optional रह गया है, and उसके paper 1, paper 2. Optional will be one thing which will differentiate you from the crowd again, because in GS papers, people more or less score in a similar way. But it's only your optional which can actually create a lot of difference between you and the other people who are qualifying. Because कुछ optionals बहुत अच्छे score हो सकते हैं 300 plus, कुछ optional में double digit में score आते हैं. So again, there is no fixed formula on how to choose your optional. I'll tell you about again how I chose my optional. I was an electrical engineer, and electrical engineering was an obvious choice for me. But I did not choose electrical engineering because number one, I found the syllabus very large. I found the previous year question papers really tough, because they had questions beyond BTech also, like MTech level questions. And third, I thought that it will not help me in my 4 GS papers in any way. So I chose geography, which I thought was helping me a lot in GS paper 1 and 3. And geography was one subject in which I could express myself more diagrammatically and in ways of maps and etc. And being from a scientific background, I thought that it's more scientific oriented. So I chose geography. But choose your optional well. Whatever optional you choose, be it your graduation subject or otherwise, give a lot of time before choosing your optional. And once you've chosen it, try not to change it in subsequent attempts if you have to give, because it's really difficult to again prepare for a new optional. But again, if you find it's really difficult, then you have to change it. But choose your optional very, very well. Give a lot of time to it, and don't regret once you've chosen it. इसके लिए follow 2-3 things. Follow your interest. If you're interested in a subject, refer to the previous year question papers, go through it and see if you're finding it a little bit, if you can relate to it. And number 3, the availability of coaching or study material. Because if you're choosing a new subject apart from your graduation, you really need to have good study material or coaching help for that. And the final thing is daily answer writing. Like I said, mains ke liye, the सबसे important thing is daily answer writing. Answer writing, I practiced the previous year question papers. I practiced the question and answers from back of NCERTs, जो NCERT के हर chapter के बाद दिए जाते हैं. And also I practiced questions daily from good websites like Unacademy and Insights on India, etc. So हर दिन, if you write 4 to 5 questions and answers, it will really improve. The day you start writing and the day you finish writing, you will see the difference in the level of your own answers. When I started practicing, my answers were really pathetic. एकदम points नहीं होते थे, बहुत haphazard होता था, same point repeat होता रहता था. But subsequently, with time, I improved a lot. So try writing 1-2 answer, whatever, 2-3 answers daily. Even if you think you are writing very bad, still keep on writing and keep on trying to match with the model answers that they give. The next thing is prelims. Now, prelims is around the corner, especially for those of you who are giving prelims this year. I just want to tell you 2-3 things for prelims. Practice MCQs as much as you can. जो भी आप करंट अफेयर्स में न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ रहे हैं, एक बार शाम को उसके MCQs ऑनलाइन प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं अच्छी वेबसाइट से. So you can try practicing online MCQs from good websites. Secondly, you can try practicing as many mocks as possible. 2 coaching, 3 coaching, जितने भी, because जितने ज्यादा mocks करेंगे उतनी variety of questions आपके सामने आएंगे और उतना ही आपका दिमाग conditioned होगा for MCQs. And again, newspaper and notes I've covered earlier, so I'll not cover it again. But prelims ka the only key is MCQ practicing and revising your current affairs magazine. So that's what I have to tell in prelims. The prelims में negative marking होती है, so try not to make very wild guesses. Intelligent guesses can be made. And CSAT को भी ध्यान दे दीजिएगा, CSAT को ignore मत कीजिएगा, because कई बार over confidence में हम CSAT को ignore कर जाते हैं. That's qualifying, but that needs to be practiced sincerely. एंड प्रीलिम्स के दिन कीप योर सेल्फ टाइम्ड, मतलब टाइम अपना रख के टाइम के हिसाब से बहुत वाइल्ड गेसेस ना मार के पहले जो क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं वो करके एंड देन मेक इंटेलिजेंट गेसेस. एंड समटाइम्स ऑप्शंस आर रियली क्लोज, 1 2 3, 2 or 3, all the above. So the more you practice MCQs daily, like I used to practice daily MCQs from Unacademy, उससे बहुत फायदा मिला था. वीडियोस आते थे रोमन सैनी सर के, दीपांशु सर के, एंड उससे काफी हेल्प मिल गई थी मुझे. तो जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे आप देखेंगे आप खुद से इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं. रैंक से बहुत मैटर नहीं करता आपके कोचिंग टेस्ट में क्या रैंक आ रही है, ऑनलाइन टेस्ट में क्या रैंक आ रही है. ओनली थिंग इज दैट यू लर्न फ्रॉम योर मिस्टेक्स एंड डोंट रिपीट द मिस्टेक अगेन. And then personality test, the last thing about UPSC, I would not go into much detail because there are already a lot of videos made on YouTube on personality test by a lot of toppers. But just 2-3 things that important things that I need to tell you is whenever you fill your DAF, after means you are really confident that yes, now I'm appearing for the personality test of UPSC and I am something. So that confidence will help you sail you through. Fill your DAF very carefully. I had watched a video by Roman Saini sir on how to fill DAF. Each and every word of your DAF is a potential question for your interview, starting from the meaning of your name, to the meaning of your hometown, to your parents' profession, to the history of your school and college, to your graduation subject, to your optional subject, to everything. So to your hobbies. So prepare each and every word in your DAF very carefully. That will prepare you 80% for interview. During the interview, be confident, have a smile, control your nerves, don't get very nervous. It's very natural to get nervous, but of course we have to control ourselves, be poised and confident. Don't bluff around. There are a lot of seniors who are taking our interview and board members are much, much more experienced than us. So don't bluff. If you don't know a question, if I didn't know a question, I simply said there were 3-4 questions which I didn't know. I simply said, so I don't know the answer of this question, or sorry, sir, I really don't have any idea about this particular issue. So don't bluff around and try to use constitution, law of the land, and a balanced opinion as much as possible. The more you back up your answers with the law of the land, the better it is. And finally, in the end, because it's been 40 minutes and I'm sure you people got to learn something from this talk. In the end, I would just like to say that during this long preparation journey, there will be stumbling blocks. There will be times when you feel that, I'm facing failure again and again. नहीं हो रहा है, कोचिंग में नहीं आ रहा है, सब्सिक्वेंट अटेम्प्ट्स में नहीं हो रहे हैं, कोचिंग में रैंक्स नहीं आ रही हैं, या ऑनलाइन टेस्ट में रैंक्स बहुत पुअर आ रही हैं. But then you should remember they are just a stumbling block in your way to success. And the failures, that small failures that come throughout, are not the end. They are just a bend. You need to turn around. You need to see what mistakes I made, and you need to learn to bounce back. Don't repeat those mistakes. It's not a crime to fail, but it's really bad if we repeat the same mistakes and fail again. So failing again and again for the same mistake is abnormal, but failing, of course, is very normal. Everyone fails. The person who's never failed is the one who's never tried. So always remember that failures are your stepping stones and your highway to success. And I hope this session helped you in some way. Some people are asking about coaching or self-study. It again totally depends on you. If you're really novice, you can join a coaching to get an idea. But it is a self-study which will sail you through. Coaching mein everyone sits and studies, but it is your own uniqueness, your own willpower, your own hard work that you sit and study in the room that will actually bring your name in the final list of UPSC. And in the end, I would like to say some lines for all of you to motivate all of you and to give you best wishes. कि वो खुद राह चुनते हैं आसमानों की, परिंदों को नहीं दी जाती तालीम उड़ानों की, और जो रखते हैं हौसला आसमान छूने का, उन्हें नहीं परवाह होती गिर जाने की. Jai Hind, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Big thank you to all of you for sparing time and listening. And I hope all of you achieve great heights in life. Thank you.